Welcome to the video answer key for the Treble Clef Lines and Spaces Lesson 2 quiz. I'll be completing the quiz in real time, so you can follow along and check your answers as we go. Let's get started. You can write your name at the top. Music notes are named after the first blank letters of the alphabet. So it should be 7. Question 2. Fill in the missing letters. Keep in mind the pattern may go forward, backwards, and even skips. And don't forget about your points. So if you have 7 here, give yourself 1 point. Section 2. Each line here is worth 7 points for a total of 21 points. So let's complete section 2. Question 2. So we know we have to deal with some patterns here, either going forward, backwards, or even skips. So let's talk about our music alphabet. You know that the music alphabet starts with A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. And if we go backwards, we know, I'll just put a little line here, we know it's G, F, E, D, C, B, A, and that's it. We just stop at A and it goes right back to G. Okay, so this way is going backwards. This way is going forward. So here we go, because this can be tricky. We have D. Let's look at our alphabet going backwards. Here is D. What letter comes before D? We have E. So we want to put E here. So we have E, D. What letter comes next? Good. C. What letter comes next? B. That's B. They already gave us A, so we know we're on the right track. And then what happens? That's correct. We go back to G. And what's next? F. Good job. So you got 7 points for that one. Let's do the next one. Okay, let's look at the next section. We have A to D. Let's look at our alphabet going forward. We have A, and they're going to D. So you know that you're skipping 2 letters, skipping B and C. So now if you're here on D, right here, you have to skip 2 letters, E and F. So you have to put G. What letter comes after G? We know we're back to the A, but we have to skip how many letters? 2. So we're going to skip A and B and now go to C. We're going to skip 2 letters, D and E, and get to our F. We're going to skip 2 letters, so that would be G and A, and get to B. And then finally, we're going to skip 2 letters, C and D, to get to E. So if you have A, D, G, C, F, B, and E, give yourself 7 points. So everything adding up should be a total of 21 points. Nice work. Okay, question 3. Draw a note on the staff as indicated. This is 3 points for each question for a total of 24 points. So they want us to draw a note on the second space. Here's the second space. Draw a note on the 5th line. Here's the 5th line. Draw a note on the 4th space. Here's the fourth space. Draw a note on the third line. Here is the third line. Draw a note on the first space. Here is the first space. Draw a note on the fourth line. Here is the fourth line. Draw a note on the third space. Here is the third space. Draw a note on the second line. Here is the second line. If you have all of these answers correct, give yourself 24 points. Nice work. Question number 4. Write the note's letter name in the box provided below. 3 points, and it's a total of 24 points. Here we go. So the first question, we have a note on the third space. What would the letter name be? C. We have a note on the second line. Note G. We have a note on the second space. Note A. We have a note on the fourth space. Note E. We have a note on the third line. Note B. We have a note on the first line. Note E. We have a note on the fourth line. Note D. We have a note on the third space. Note C. If you have all of these correct, give yourself 24 points. Keep up the great work. Okay, question 5. Using the words below, draw a note on the staff that represents each letter. And you get 5 points for each word, 30 points in total. Okay, so let's do this. First word, we have age. We have to put a note for A, second space. For G, second line. For E, I'm going to go with the fourth space, but you could have also put it on the first line. Both are correct. Dad, we need a note for D, which is the fourth line. A note for A, second space. And D for dad, fourth line. Moving along, face. First, we need an F note, first space. Then we need an A, second space. Then we need a C, third space. And then we need an E, fourth space. Aged. We need a note for A, second space. We need a note for G, second line. We need a note for E. I'm going to put it on the first line, but you could have put it on the fourth space. And a note for D. I'm going to put it on the fourth line. Next word, badge. We need a note for B. I'm going to put it on the third line. We need a note for A, second space. We need a note for D, fourth line. We need a note for G, second line. We need a note for E, first line. Decade. We need a note for D. We need a note for E. I'm going to put it on the first line. Just to be clear, note D is on the fourth line. Note E is on the first line. Note C on the third space. Note A, second space. Note D, fourth line. And note E, I'm going to put it on the first line. If you have all of these correct, give yourself 30 points. Way to go.